Sisters of Dublin cinema businessman Paul Ward suing him for €31.5 million. The Sisters of Dublin cinema businessman Paul Ward are suing him for €31.5 million over payment for the acquisition of shares in various companies. Jean Kennedy, a company director of Spawell House, Templeogue, Dublin, and Carol O'Riordan, a retired director of Temple Gardens, Rathmines, are suing Mr. Ward, of Mount Merrion Avenue, Blackrock, County Dublin, in the Commercial Court.Andrew O'Riordan, who holds enduring power of attorney for Ms. O'Riordan, who has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, has been joined as a third plaintiff by virtue of his capacity as a donee of the power of attorney. Their action against Mr. Ward was admitted to the High Court's fast-track commercial list after Mr. Ward did not object to the application. Mr. Justice David Barniville fixed a hearing date for the sisters' application for summary judgment for €31.5 million for next March. In their action, the sisters say that in April 2019 the parties entered into a binding heads of terms agreement whereby they would resolve their differences in relation to matters connected with various companies. The heads of terms provided, among other things, that Mr. Ward would procure the acquisition of certain shares owned directly or indirectly by his sisters for a total of €31.5 million. Some €25 million was to be payable by October 31, 2019. The parties agreed to use their best endeavours to ensure all sums paid to the sisters would be structured in a tax-efficient way. It was also agreed if the money was not paid in accordance with the terms that Mr. Ward would consent to judgment for the outstanding balance. The sisters, in their claim, say their brother proposed to use funds from the very companies related to share acquisition. This, his sisters complained, would entail a significant risk to them as they would have to pay income tax on a large portion of the monies rather than capital gains tax, which, at just 33%, is considerably lower than what would be paid in income tax. Despite being given an extension of time to make the €25 million payment, it was not made, and a letter of demand for the full €31.5 million was sent to his solicitors threatening proceedings if it was not paid. Mr. Ward responded through his lawyers that he was willing to complete the purchase of the shares for €25 million but would not be paying €31.5 million. He was also agreeable to the matter going before the Commercial Court. On December 5 last, without any advance notice, €12.5 million was lodged directly into Miss Kennedy's bank account, €8.8 million of which had come from companies whose shares were to have been bought from the two sisters, it is claimed. On December 17, another €6 million was paid into Ms. O'Riordan's bank account, apparently with €3.1 million of it coming from the companies. It is further claimed. The sisters say Mr. Ward is not entitled to any reduction to what is owed because the purported P. For more on this story, visit the news article link.